This is my first visit to Israel, and our meeting here is the first item on my agenda. So you can see how very important it is to visit this forest. Actually, I was thinking now that I'm almost 2 years in my position, in my current position, and this is the first time ever I'm visiting during my visit the forest. And I think the forest is so important for our lives of all of us. So it reminds me importance of our nature, and as well in this case our friendship. And this is something extraordinary, I have to say. The forest is actually a living chronicle of the Czech-Israeli relations. It was founded during the presidency of Tomáš Garrigue Masaryk, who was a lifelong friend and supporter of the Jewish people and the Zionist effort. President Masaryk would surely be proud if he could see the forest which bears his name. Not only he was a supporter and defender of Jews when they were persecuted all around Europe, he was also a staunch pro-Zionist. Yet he did not see Zionism only as a technical project aiming at establishing the Jewish homeland. He admired Zionism as an expression of the Jewish nation's hope of the future and as a potency of will. I'm also proud that many of the Jews that settled here in Sarid came from Czechoslovakia or from the Czech Republic and keep the connection with their own country. Thank you again for your hospitality, warm welcome, and I'm very happy to be here with you. Toda rabba.
My name is Amnon Danzig. I'm wearing two hats. One hat, I'm leading the Czech hub in Kibbutz Sarid. The second hat is over there, is a hat that I'm a president of the Israeli-Czech Friendship Association. And most of you I know, and some of you I don't know. Our meeting will be here some kind of a casual meeting. It's not going to be presentation and very serious talk, because this is not the time now. So I would like to start with Mr. Nir Rushkin. He is the community director. He will have some word to tell you.
Dear honored guests of the Czech Parliament and Embassy, we are extremely happy to host you today. Your visit cements the growing ties between Kibbutz Sarid and the Czech Republic. Your people and your country have played a vital part in the history of Israel and the history of Kibbutz Sarid since its founding in 1926. It was the KKL Czechoslovakia which in 1930 collected funds for the planting of the Masaryk forest near Kibbutz Sarid as a present to President Thomas G. Masaryk on his 80th birthday. Actually, all this hill was covered by 10,000 trees. Unfortunately, most of them are not with us today because of the growing of the kibbutz. The Czech committee of KKL began its major role in revitalizing the Masaryk forest here. It initiated ideas and raised money to pay for extensive work in the forest, including the open museum of which we so many people enjoy today. In addition, Czech KKL initiative is responsible for delegations of Czech forestry students who come every winter to volunteer the knowledge and skills. We look forward every year to the visit of these young students and the leader, Iri Volenek, who work in friendship with KKL Israel and our forest caretaker, Gidi Tzur, which you will know later. The Masaryk forest has become a special place, and when the cinnamon and other wildflowers carpet the grounds in the winter, people come to visit the forest from all over the country. We hope the rest of your time in Israel will be successful and satisfying. As you said, this is your first visit in Israel, your first day, and from now on, we hope that you have a wonderful time. We look forward to the continuing cooperation between us. We consider you our friends and hope to see each of you again when you come back to visit Kibbutz Sarid next time when you come back to visit Israel. Have a nice trip to Israel.
I would like to give the floor for Monsieur Ilan Kapelner. He's a fine musician. His education is in Kibbutz Sarid in London as well. And there is a question. You have to understand what's the name of what he's going to play and what is the reason that he chose it.
Dvořák Humoresque, Opus 101.
The person here, his name is Michal Dvořák. I am not sure if one of the family, but it's for you. Okay, of a picture of the Masaryk forest. It's the situation around 1940. It's a bit before I born. And now this is the Kibbutz Sarid. You've been here. So you see the forest cover all around of Kibbutz Sarid, and this is what make Dusty Hills into something that it's, the living is affordable. I would like to invite Monsieur Gidi Tzur. He will give you a special kind of picture about his role in the forest and his roots as well. Gidi, please.
My name is Gidi, and I work as a volunteer with the KKL, planting the new trees in the Masaryk forest. Maybe you recognize that the trees, the pine trees, are falling. They are now around 90 years old, and this is not the typical type of this area. They grow very quick, but the soil is full with rocks, and now half of them already fall. And I work with the KKL as a volunteer already about 20 years to replace them with the natural trees other than pines. Few pines will stay, but I like the oak trees and the Fistacia palestina, Alamance, Karob. But first of all, I want to go back to the beginning of the kibbutz. There was a group of Czech Jewish pioneers, young people, about 20. They dreamed about coming to Israel. They didn't know much, but they came. And they came to Sarid hill, this hill. There was almost nothing here. Even water, they have no running water. They go to the ancient Sarid mentioned in the Bible, there is a little hill near the kibbutz, and there is a spring. They took the water with horse and carriage. This is the beginning. They had no electricity, of course. Even the road is still not exist. If they want to go to Haifa to buy things, they have to go to the road from Nazareth to Haifa. It's not so far. It's about 1 kilometer, and then they go on the road, asphalt road. Only 10 years later, remember the British were here, the mandate, and they did the road. Anyway, the conditions were very hard at the beginning, but they were very enthusiastic. They work hard. They want to develop and to build things. At the beginning, they had only tents. After then, they had a wooden house for the kitchen. Everything was mutual. They were, I would say, real communists. But this is the situation. They had to do it this way. And they start with vegetables near the houses, but very little because there was not enough water. And then in wintertime, they start to sow the fields close to the kibbutz. But they want to develop. They need more money for agriculture machinery and buildings they want to do. So they asked the Jewish community in Czechia for help. And the parents, of course, the parents still were there. And the Jewish community organized the money. They sent it through the KKL to Israel KKL, and with this money, the KKL organized about 10,000 trees of the pines, and they brought the trees to Sarid, and the new pioneers here, the young pioneers, they start to plant it. It took about 3 years. Of course, not all of them work with this, but a special group, work with planting, and they got salary from the KKL, which helped them to develop later on, buy machinery and everything that they need. It was a great push for development at that time. Later on, of course, the kibbutz grew. Other group came before World War II, and after the war, and the kibbutz became bigger. They built new houses. They built school, and later on high school. And you will probably later here you will hear from. מי אמור לדבר קצת על הקיבוץ של היום? Maybe Amnon will tell you on the situation of the kibbutz today. It became a modern neighborhood, industry, agriculture, and I think beautiful life, modern life of a community. About the forest, I now remember about my parents. They both came from on that group from Czechia. My father came from Prague, and my mother came from Olmutz, and they married here. Okay. Some story that I remember now. First of all, my mother always said that when she was a child and young woman in Olmutz, she liked the nature. Maybe her idea came to me because I like the nature. This is the reason that I volunteered in the forest there.
to see now in the summer the replacement of the new trees that Gidi do it with Kakal, with Yigal and Rima and all the people, and also we have people from Brno University, people that work in the forestry. They are coming for 30 days, usually in November. So to see it during the summer, this is Israel. You see what forest give to the people during the summer. Now I would like to introduce a new musician. His name is Ilan Kapelner. This time, he will not talk. He will just have the role to work with Oren Bar-Ilan. Oren Bar-Ilan, you can see, he came just from the factory, and he is the finest singer here.
אתם זוכרים את השירים ששרנו אז, את שמי הפז, אתם זוכרים בערבים, מתחת גג של כוכבים, עם חברות וחברים, היינו לפעמים שרים. דודי 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 דו, אתם זוכרים את הטיול עם המדריך ההוא שאול, וחרונצ'יק הבריון היה לוחץ אקורדיון, וגם צועק בקול אדיר, עכשיו כולם לשיר. ובלילות הכי קרים היינו סתם מאושרים, עם דל סיגריה ראשונה, לוקחים ללב ולריאות, משתעלים ושואלים ומחכים להפתעות. ביום שישי על הגדר עם הידיים בכיסים, ואליהו השמן אומר מילים נורא גסים, אבל בחושך לא ראו איך שהסמקנו וגם הוא. דודי 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 דו.
About 3 years ago, we established the Czech hub in Kibbutz Sarid, and Michal Partsovsky, which is the president of KKL, for Hebrew it's Kakal, for Czech people, KKL, Czech Republic, asked us to write 4 pages about Kibbutz Sarid and KKL, Czechoslovakia. So we took, and he said that he would like to write a book about it. The book is not started to be written, but we have, Lori, raise your hand. Lori, she is also, she is the most important colleague here. She wrote a book that each of you will take it. You have time, I think, while on the plane. And when we land there, I'll be there, I'll have an exam. If you're not going to pass it, so tough luck, you are staying in the airport. And the book is covering the history, the right history, unlike what you heard maybe beforehand about the forest, the Israeli, the people from Bibracha, and the history of the forest, and the history of Israel, about the independent war, and many pictures, so reading time will be about 1 hour.
I will use the opportunity and thank you all, I think on behalf of my delegation as well, not only myself, because it's really energetic to see you. It's feeding me with energy, and at the same time I'm very happy always when I come to other places, to other countries, to see the Czechoslovak and the Czech footprint, and there is so visible the footprint of our predecessors. I hate this word always in English, but I have to learn it. And I think what's very amazing to know that about trees, when you plant a tree, you know when you are doing it, and you know very well that you are doing it for the next generation, because they will benefit from the tree. It takes time. It takes a lot of time. And this is something which I always admire, because to wait for this time when you can benefit, it's very nice waiting. Thank you for doing this. And my question was, how can you become a member of Kibbutz? it's necessary to be born here, or you can come from abroad as well. What's what's the process, if I may? Because maybe after our careers we will think what to do, and we will remember about this visit, and these memories will be really very nice. Thank you for them.
But currently the kibbutz has a limited land in order to have a new members. So we are trying to allocate the land to the people that born here. But because each of us are living on their own, they have to carry economic review that they can have their living here. They can build a house because the house will belong to them, unlike my house. And they have to be, in terms of social, a bit above average, because we would like that the society here will be strong and tough, even during tough times. Okay? Other questions?
I would like to thank you as well for the atmosphere, for the tangible friendship, which is not a fake at all, and one feels it's really like something genuine and real. And thank you for a delicious lunch as well. And you have mentioned that people used to work hard and they got only what they needed. I think the problem is that basically many people work hard and they do not get what they need. So it was quite fair. But no, tell me, my question is absolutely out of politics or whatever. Petrov, how did it come to it's a Czech piano. So tell me the story of the piano, if you know it. You bought it for Kibbutz. It's quite expensive.
I bought this piano for the kibbutz together with Tzfira, that was the wife of our poet Natan Yonatan, very famous in Israel. She was a music teacher. She was my first piano teacher, and we needed a piano in here, in this place. It's played all the time, at least once a week, and we went to Tel Aviv again.
Talking about pianos, when the people from Bibracha came from Czechoslovakia, so they have a tough life. We all now understand it, but they really wanted to have a culture here. So the parents that live at that time in Czechoslovakia sent here piano. And the story about the piano is like that they sent the piano here, and this was the center of the kibbutz at that time, no TV, no mobile phone, young people, yeah? And one of the parents arrived and asked them to unscrew the leg of the piano. And the people asked him, why? So he unscrewed the leg, and a lot of golden coins came out, and they told, and the father said, we send you not a piano, we send you money, but you are not smart enough. You all the time about the culture. So this is the story. In a kibbutz, everybody is equal. So it's not only you get it, your staff as well. But what we have within, I told beforehand that this space is not good to raise grapes for wine. But there is one non-conventional person here. His name is Gidi Tzur. Gidi, raise your hand. Yeah. And this is his wine from his grapes. It's a small boutique winery that make excellent wine, and he doesn't want to sell it because he wanted to give it to me that I will consume it, isn't it? Another issue here, it's because we are talking about the land. So we have in olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, which is produced here on our land. And there is also something that elderly people are trying to make it in a way to have a better life. And on the top of it, I know Czech people like it very much. We have here coffee. Nachle Adom, red nachle, which is including hell. Ilan, איך אומרים hell באנגלית? Okay. I know every time I'm coming to Czech, so people ask me, please bring me some coffee. So this is yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And on the way out, we have some other that for people that belong to your team.
Since you mentioned the story with the coins, we have just one, but it's to memorize our visit here. It's the Parliament of the Czech Republic, the Chamber of Deputies. So,
I will give it to my grandchild.
thank you.
It's
Thank
okay.
you.